Hey guys, so this is my first Zero Hour update video. So I'm going to be answering some questions, giving you an update as to how well we're doing with the Can't Build Any Units series, and just giving you some like channel updates, channel lore, that kind of thing. So we'll start off with, how did the Zero Hour content start? So the Zero Hour content started a little bit after another channel called Puffy Pigeon did their Zero Hour content. Now, they've stopped uploading. They were doing zero-hour challenges like I am, but less difficult. No offense to them. They were doing less difficult challenges. They did have one or two that did have a bit of a challenge in there, like, for example, Tau vs. Alexander using nuclear weapons only. And that is a video I made right at the start. So with Puffy, pretty much they would tell the viewers that certain challenges were impossible to do, and I'm just thinking, this is totally possible. And I ended up making videos out of it, and I was like, here's the video, Puffy. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess it's I've been proven wrong. So that's basically how it started, and it just snowballed into Can't Build Any units. I did also have another series which I'm not sure if I'll revive it or not, but it was beating the generals with demolitions only. Not sure if I didn't exactly get the same sort of viewership from that compared to my Can't Build Any Units videos. So yeah, let me know if you want me to revive that one, because the next video on that would be Prince Kassad versus Alexander using demo traps. Okay, next question. Are you only going to play Zero Hour? So that question, I would say I'd like to play more games than just Zero Hour, just because burnout is a thing. Eventually, like, if you just play the same game over and over again, you are going to get burnt out a little bit quicker. That's just what I've found in my experience of gaming. Now, as for how well it would do on the channel, not sure. I never intended for the channel to just be Zero Hour content when I relaunched it. I was intending to make this bit more of a variety channel where I would do some Zero Hour, and then we'll have like another game that'll be like a few other games in like a weekly rotation, that kind of thing. Maybe even throw in some gaming reviews, because I intended for the channel to be gaming challenges where I just take all of these other games, add a little bit of a twist on it, and then make it harder. So that could be something that I'll be looking into in the future, but for now, I'm gonna keep riding the Zero Hour train for a bit longer. We've still got, I'd say, at least half a year's worth of content just for Zero Hour. If we're just talking about the Generals challenges, there are other things like custom missions, custom Generals challenges, and also the campaign missions too. Alrighty, next question. What's happening with General Ling? So General Ling, a lot of people think that General Ling's actually the hardest challenge. Sometimes it could be Alexander, sometimes it could be Kassad. It really depends on how well you know each map. Now, with Ling, I've beaten her so far as Alexander and Towns without building units. Air Force, I think it's doable. I haven't really looked into it too much yet. And GLA, I haven't done too much work with the GLA generals, but I do see the light at the end of the tunnel for those. China, on the other hand, I'm going to need a bit of help from you guys. So here's what I have proposed to you. So I can't beat her without building any units, but I also can't beat her if I allow dozers and trucks. So what I'm suggesting is I'll let you guys comment to me any combination of, let's say, up to 4 other units, and I'll use those units plus trucks and dozers. So you could give me 1 unit, you could give me 3 units, whatever you like. Like I said, up to 4, because if I do any more than 4, then it's going to be too easy. And I'll try it without super weapons first. And if I can't do it without super weapons, then I'll settle for doing super weapons too. So that's what I've got proposed for China versus Ling. You cheated, follow your own rules. So more of a statement of the question, but with that, I don't cheat. If you believe that I am cheating in my challenges, comment. Like, comment and explain why you think that I'm cheating in my challenges. That way I can give you a response, and that way we can understand where we're coming from. Because I do get that from time to time, not just in the 0 hour content. It was also my older content too. Before 0 hour content, I was doing a lot of Contra and Dark Souls content, and I was also doing a Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke as well. So I do other challenges on the channel. We're just riding that 0 hour train though. Okay, what mods you use? So from CNC HD and Legionnaire Generals, I've got the unedited version of General Jaziz, the demo general, and General Fei, the infantry general. So that's from CNC. From Legionnaire, I've got his version of the demo general, which is a much harder version of the original. I've also got Gen Patcher, which I downloaded from Legionnaire, and that's also got access to Gen Tool, some custom missions, custom maps. It's also the reason why I've got the layout. So normally when you play the game, normally it's a very clunky looking menu in the bottom of your screen, but if you get the updated version, it looks a lot more sleek. It's much better to look at. You've also got the ability to be more zoomed out on the map, because when you play, you've zoomed in quite a lot. So definitely recommend you looking into Gen Patcher. So last thing I've got for you is my 0 hour challenge tracker. So this is where I've got all of my General's Challenge matchups. So in the Can't Build Any Unit series. So these are all my matchups that I have done or not done. I just recently added in the campaigns for USA, GLA, and China. Now, with those, because all the missions are going to be different, so you might have one mission where you've got dozers and another mission where you've got a few units to work with. I'm going to add certain challenges to each mission, so it's all going to be different. I'm going to end up editing in the rules for each challenge, just so you can keep track of what it is I am allowed to do in each one and what I'm not allowed to do. As for the Generals Challenge, we still have a lot of different matchups that we can do. Now, I've got things color-coded so I know what I have done and haven't done, and I'll just run through things real quick for you. It's pretty self-explanatory. So all challenges are played on hard difficulty, so to tell that's the case, you'll start off with 10k if you're playing on hard, 13 if it's medium, easy is 16. There are going to be some exceptions to that rule though, like for example the unedited version of the Demo General Challenge. You start off with 13k, but again, it was a challenge that never got finished, so that is an exception to the rule here. Now, as for what we got below that, I'll start off with the green one. So we got Can't Build Any Units and Can't Build Any Units with a round 2. So those are videos that they're either public or they're scheduled to be public. As for the round 2s, those are the ones that I've done that matchup twice. Now, reason why I've done those ones twice is because I've used a completely different strategy from the first time around. So I won't do too many round 2 videos, but if I do one with a round 2, it's going to be with something totally different than the first time. Blue, no offensive units. So I've only got one blue one, and that's Air Force versus Kwai. Now, no offensive units means that we're allowing dozers and resource gatherers, but we're still restricting barracks, war factory, and airfield units. Now, with Air Force vs. Kwai, a part of me is thinking it could be possible. That might just be me trying to cope, but like there's like a 1%, I think it's like a 1% chance where I'm actually going to get it right. It's very RNG heavy. I might come back to it later. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in for the long haul though. If I try, it's quite a hard fight. Pink will redo. So with pink will redo, I've done it, but I think I might reshoot it because I either did dumb stuff or maybe the battle dragged out for too long. Just things like that where the content just, I don't think it's going to be very good if I use it. So with that, we've only got a few of them, so that's not going to be too bad to work with. Black, impossible. So that's where we've got nuke infantry and tanks versus Ling. Now, I did mention this earlier. I can't beat her even if I allow dozers and trucks. So that's why I'm suggesting adding in like other units. So maybe I could do like a combination of Red Guards, MiGs, and Dragon tanks on top of trucks and dozers. So if we were to do something like that, we could make it a challenge where it's still hard but beatable. I did beat Ling many times, just allowing infantry from the barracks or vehicles from the war factory, but yeah, it's too easy. That's why I'm thinking of something that's going to be production or unit specific, which is what yellow is. Next one. Very hard, but coming back to it later. So we got a lot of grey here, and with the grey ones, those are the ones where I've either I've attempted it and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be very tough, so we'll come back to this later, or it's a case where because it's a certain general matchup, I've just assumed that it's going to be on the very hard side. I've got the maybe pile, so these, like the maybe pile is all of these custom missions that are player made, and because it's player made, more often than not, it's going to be even harder than what's in the base game. So I've just marked a lot of those in grey. The only one that I've got green is Legionnaire General's demo challenge, which that was very, very tough for me to do. Okay, and the last three things that I have in the red is can't build any units but needs editing. So pretty straightforward. I've got the footage, I just got to edit in some commentary or speed ups or whatever else I like to put into my videos. And in the white, we've got a few matchups. We've got Air Force Towns, Toxin Granger, and Infantry Thrax. So those three, I just haven't touched those. But those three matchups are going to be pretty easy for me to do anyway, so I'll have no problem changing those from white to green later on. Now, also another thing, leave a comment below if you do have any custom General's Challenge matchups for me, because these five, I know there's more out there, I just don't know what they are. So if you got one for me, then yeah, leave a comment and I might add it to the maybe pile, because I do have the room. And this is my first Command & Conquer General Zero Hour update video. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do have a playlist if you want to check out all of these different matchups that I've highlighted green on this Excel spreadsheet. And I'll see you next time.